and welcome back to my channel. Did you know that there are over 6,000 different species of frog living all over our planet? In today's video, we will be learning about 5 fun frog facts you won't believe. So let's hop right into it. Number 1. Did you know there was a species of frog called the glass frog? It can change its skin color in real time. Frogs can change their skin color to suit their surroundings. However, most frogs can only change between shades of the same color. For example, a green frog can go darker or lighter green, but it can't turn itself red. But there is one exception, and that is the marvelous glass frog. These little guys have specialized cells that allow them to change colors at will, even going from one bright color to another. This means that this frog could be brown one moment and then suddenly become a beautiful shade of blue. It's crazy how fast they can change colors too. It happens in less than an hour. And just like chameleons, they can do this by controlling specialized cells called chromatophores that contain pigments. The frog can expand or contract these cells at will, which allows them to alter the colors they see. They also use these cells to communicate with each other. Changes in color can indicate a change in mood, and they may use this to tell if other glass frogs want to mate. So it's not just their skin that changes color, but their personalities too. What's your favorite color? If you had to choose between being able to change to any color you want, would you choose to be a glass frog? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying this video so far. Number 2. A frog can breathe through its skin. While most frogs can breathe through their skin, this is not how they get most of the oxygen they need to stay alive. Although the skin of some species of frogs has many tiny holes called pores that allow oxygen to pass through and enter their bodies, this process of absorbing oxygen through their skin is known as cutaneous respiration. However, even though this is true for most frogs, it doesn't mean they can live forever in water, because at some point, they need to come up to the surface to breathe in air. But some species of frogs rely on this method more than others. One such species is the marine poison dart frog. As its name suggests, this colorful frog lives in the ocean. Marine poison dart frogs can absorb around 60% of the oxygen they need to survive through their skin. To help them with this, they have adapted to live along the tops of coral heads, which provide a large surface area of water in contact with the air above. This means that they can extract more oxygen from the water around them. Marine poison dart frogs also have clear, thin skin that helps oxygen to pass through to their bodies. Another adaptation that helps them breathe underwater is their color, since they spend most of their time in water. They don't need to camouflage themselves to blend in with the surrounding environment. This means they have more energy to expend on keeping their skin moist, which makes breathing underwater easier. Poison dart frogs also tend to be smaller than most frogs, which helps them stay moist. The smaller a frog is, the higher its ratio of surface area to volume. This means that small frogs absorb water quickly, but also dry out quickly. That's why you'll find poison dart frogs measuring no longer than 2 inches. Unfortunately, these little frogs are endangered. Their numbers have been declining because of the destruction of their coral reef habitats. So let's hope these little guys stick around for many years to come. Do you think you could survive without being able to breathe air? Let us know in the comments below. Number 3. Some frogs have teeth. It might look like frogs have teeth, but really they don't. Instead, the bumps you see inside their mouths are actually modified scales. Most frogs have teeth on their upper jaw, but not on their lower jaw. These teeth are used to hold onto prey while the frog is chewing it, but they're not used for cutting or tearing. So why do some frogs have teeth? When scientists studied some species of frog to figure out what their bumps were made of, they discovered that the bumps were made of dentin and enamel, which are the same materials that make up your teeth and your tooth enamel. Scientists think that frogs may have evolved to have teeth to help them catch insects. The extra grip that teeth would give them may have allowed our fishy ancestors to grab slippery prey that was otherwise difficult to eat. Frogs also use their tongues to catch their prey, and since their teeth help keep their food in their mouths, they have a better chance of swallowing their meal whole. But despite having teeth, frogs still can't chew their food. They just swallow it down. So I guess having teeth isn't all it's cracked up to be. Some frogs can even lose their teeth when they grow older. Even though frogs' teeth aren't as useful as you might think, they're still pretty cool. It's nice to know that not all frogs are toothless. Number 4. A frog can eat its own weight in food. Frogs usually eat anything that fits in their mouths. Most frogs eat insects, worms, and other small creatures that live near water. This is because frogs are amphibians, meaning that they spend time both on land and in water. It's not uncommon to see a frog eat an insect that is flying around near a pond or stream. But sometimes frogs eat other frogs. When this happens, the frog doing the eating is called the predator, and the frog being eaten is called the prey. In most cases, The prey frog is smaller than the predator frog. In general, the larger a frog is, the more food it needs to eat. This is why a giant Amazonian tree frog might eat a mouse or a small bird, whereas a tiny poison dart frog wouldn't dream of eating anything bigger than an insect. Sometimes what a frog eats depends on where it lives. For example, red-eyed tree frogs often eat other frogs as well as insects. But the strange thing about frogs is that they can eat prey that's bigger than their mouths. How do they do this? Well, frogs have stretchy skin, so they can open their mouths really wide. Plus, they have no bones in their jaws. This means that they can swallow prey that's bigger than their heads. But frogs can also digest acids and digest prey whole. Normally, the acid in your stomach starts breaking down food almost immediately after you swallow it. But some frogs can delay this until the prey has entirely entered their stomachs. This gives them time to swallow big prey without getting burned by acid. The ability to eat huge prey is pretty amazing, but it's not the only thing that frogs can do. Frogs are incredibly diverse animals, and we've only scratched the surface of their abilities. Number 5. Did you know there are some species of frogs born without eyes? The eyeless cane toad is a Canadian toad that was found with eyes in its mouth, fully functional eyes that allowed the toad to see when he opened his mouth. Another one is the blind white tree frog. There are some reports stating that this is a blind frog. Other reports state that there are frogs with only one eye. If you have enjoyed this, please subscribe. We've got lots of amazing videos coming up. Thanks for watching.